Alright everyone, this is Dan Ennis, week 4, CPM. I'm just going to breeze through my abs. Hopefully I'll get everything in within the 5 minutes. So first part, I'm just going to go ahead and log in. Doesn't look like that's the part of the CRUD functions, but clearly it is, at least on the rubric here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a client on my iOS because it's a little bit quicker. We're just going to add some info. I do have to make this a valid email, otherwise it's going to yell at me. So nothing too exciting here. I'm going to go ahead and add. I believe that was a Dan that I added. And I'm going to go ahead and add one over here as well. If it lets me, it's going to be quick. While we're waiting for that, if I go ahead and hold down here, I can actually delete the item. Let's go ahead and, I'm going to call this Apple, just so I know that this one came from Apple. Zip code, city, state, phone number. Oops. Oh, no at sign. Alright. Dan at dan.com. Sure. Alright, so that was Apple. We're going to call this one Droid. And we're going to go ahead and enter an address, city, state, some numbers, Dan. I keep doing that. Dan.com and a phone number. Alright, I'm not going to upload an image, but you can, but it just slows everything down. So I'm going to go ahead and save this one. On the Android side, it should take a minute, just because I'm using the awesome emulator. It takes a minute. And then we should also see that Droid has now shown up over in this list. So I can edit the item if I want to. Here's the Droid information. It's funny, this simulator or emulator is still taken away, but it'll finish eventually. So pardon my poor UI skills here, but you can see that here's an Apple and there's a Droid. Here's an Apple and here's a Droid. So I can go in here, I can hit edit. Oops, I can edit first. I'm going to say Droid edit, and I can hit edit, and that will say that it was edited. Clearly it's editing here. It's actually editing up on the server. If I click edit here, if I call that edit, let's save. I guess let's wait for that to save here. Apple edit, Droid edit. Don't die on me, battery. We'll survive. There we go. Apple edit, Droid edit. So you can see that I'm updating and editing from both ends. And I can log out. I can, if I register a new user, Dan, well, let's not do Dan, let's do me, nope, I think I did a me too. Met. What is a Met? Nobody knows. We'll just use Met at met.com. So if I register Mr. Met here, whoever he is, and I log in with Met's credentials, we don't see any data. So this just shows that the data is not there when it actually is here. And you can see in the Android versions we're seeing both Apple edit and Droid edit. And if I want to, I can actually go into any of these and edit it as well. I think I might have done it already. So create, read, update, delete, all of that is there. Synchronization, it actually synchronizes. So offline data iOS and offline data Android. If I kill my Wi-Fi, this is going to slow everything down. Probably not going to show on my video, but if I click edit, we're going to take this back to Apple. I hit save. It's going to save the data, but it's actually not going to update the list. It's saving it in a cache um, without adding a database into the Android. It's not actually going to update. It just kind of sits in a parse object. Once I restore internet connection, it should pick up and put it back into parse. So we're just going to give that a minute. I'll log out here just for fun. I guess I don't need to. I'm going to log back in. Overall, this was, thank goodness for the extra week. I think everybody needed it. At least I did, to get this stuff hashed out. Pretty interesting, difficult, fun. I know why I'm not logging in. Should be a message saying that there's no internet connection for me to log in. That's why that's not allowing me to log in, because I don't have internet connection. Emulator is hanging on please wait. It's wanting to update the info, but it can't because there's no internet connection. I'm just going to go ahead and restore the internet connection for the sake of... well, first off, I'll be honest. I couldn't get the parse cache to work on this on the iOS side, so offline data not real happening over here. I just won't be able to post if the content is off, or if we're offline. I just won't be able to post any data because it's not saving it. I have to figure that out. I don't know if I need to use I tried using the what is it? I'd have to look at the code, but is it the dictionary or whatever? But it just couldn't hack it. So kind of probably going to miss points there. But all right, you Android. I was going to actually work the Android off of my phone, but I wanted to show for video purposes of it working, so I chose the emulator. But anyway, once the internet connection is restored, hopefully in the next second. Come on, computer, recognize a Wi-Fi connection. Alright, so while I'm waiting for that, to sum everything up, create, read, update, delete, all good, working. Synchronization, that's working as long as I'm online. Offline data for Android seems to be a little bit quirky right now, but it does save in a PS or a parse cache where it will hold it up until internet connection is restored, and then it will restore. And offline data for iOS still a little tricky. Haven't figured that out one real well. The other piece, UI. The UI is there. It's not the best, not the cleanest, but it is there. And I think I broke my Android version here. It's going to let me go back. I don't know. Alright, I won't drag the video out much longer, but overall, fun class. I've always wanted to use a back end, so I'm glad that we did this, and while I don't have everything, I think I got enough to maybe spin off of it. So, hope everybody did well. Good luck, and I'll end this video because I'm probably past 5.